The thing about marriage that I think should be really grasped by most people is that there's no real educational instrument for us to learn about marriage, and that I'm doing it now. I wasn't a psychologist. I was a divorce mediator until 2001 when a client asked me to help them save their marriage, which I did. But I did it from a very practical and a scientific perspective. Scientific perspective for marriage? Yes. We don't do anything in life where we want to succeed where we don't get some form of education. And we certainly don't get education from the world. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. I'm going to try and help you with this. So this question is why it's hard for men to love their wives. There's a couple of places I'm going to come from, but I'm not going to come from the place of women aren't doing their part. Because frankly, women have a greater capacity for experiencing love and sharing their love than men do. And that is because, and again, remember I said scientific, so bear with me, I'm not going to bore you. Our physiology is so different, the male and female. And the physiology is based on such rudimentary principles of survival of the species rather than our soulful existence. Now, the truth is, we are souls, we have bodies, and we have minds. But the mind of a woman is very different than the mind of a man. And I'm going to do this in very simplistic form. So, instinctively, biologically, the man is driven to protect his family. That's his number one preoccupation. And it's instinctive at the deepest level. He's built to do that. His mind is designed to do that. It reacts, it acts based on this principle. Until he's taught, then he could learn to love. But I don't want to go there yet. Where a woman, because she's the one who has the child, she's designed to be very loving and nurturing for that child. Because otherwise, we'd be like the old Greeks, the Spartans, who used to take the kid, and if the kid was even slightly deformed, that kid was left out on the rocks to die. Very primitive culture. So we have to keep in mind that a woman sees her husband as not being loving enough because he's not designed to be. He can become, but he has to learn how. But as a woman, it's really important for you to understand this limitation that he has and help him tap into his heart. And you can't do it through instruction. Doesn't work. Nobody wants to be told what to do. But it can be done by being more and more feminine. And when I say feminine, I'm not talking about the slut version. I'm talking about the highest version, the motherly, the sisterly, the wifely, where she's radiating love, where she is very conscious of how other people are feeling, what they're doing, and the man will naturally be attracted to that. But bear in mind that it's difficult for him, very difficult. You know, while I was building out this system, I worked for 8 years with couples and individuals, and it was very difficult for men to accept that they weren't loving. I'd say, you know, you need to learn to love unconditionally. And they go, no, I totally love my wife. I'm totally loyal to her. And the expressions of his love really were traceable back to the instinctive drive to protect. And I mean, in the 2 books that I've written, I describe this pretty good. It's better in the online courses that I have for men to help them see it. And I use an abundance of examples and how to experience it. And slowly, even the men who are really sincere, it often takes them using the course. I mean, they use the course to save their marriage and they're well on their way. Usually it's like a 12-week course. Usually by then they can see it's starting to work. But it could take a year or longer before they start really feeling that love come up because it's not natural. It's okay that it's not natural. It is what it is. We don't come into the world knowing everything. We don't come into the world knowing much of anything. So marriage is one of those things we really should be putting our effort into. So at a minimum, get one of my books because trust me, it'll help you beyond anything you thought of. So the simple answer is why it's hard for men to love their wives. It's because men are not physiologically designed to love from the heart. But it doesn't mean that they're not good men. They're still really good men. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. We're here for you. Join the family, subscribe, like the video. God bless you, and we'll see you next time. Take care.